Hi folks, this is Donnie D. Wanted to make a quick look video on my newest rifle. It is a Savage Mark II FV SR in 22 long rifle. The FV, I believe, as far as I know, part of the name stands for the heavy fluted barrel, and the SR means that it is a suppressor ready barrel. A quick look video is sort of like an out of the box video except without all the packing material. This gun comes pretty much packaged with the same stuff you usually see in a box with a new rifle. One exception with the Savage rifles is this little tool that you see right here. Let me get where the light is. It's just a little tool that you use for adjustment of the Aki trigger, and we'll get to that in a minute. First of all, let me say that the rifle does not come with a scope. This is actually a rifle that came, a scope that came on another Savage rifle that I own that I took off of it and replaced. Nothing wrong with the scope. I'll get into it in a minute. But what the rifle does come with is, first of all, it comes with a black plastic stock. This particular version of it does anyway. We'll get into that a little bit more as well later. But it does come with the Picatinny rail that you see already mounted for you. Nice long one. Makes it real easy to get your scope on there and get your eye release the way you need it. As I said before, it is a 16.5-inch heavy fluted barrel that is suppressor ready with a cap on the end to protect the suppressor threading. It has a heavy bolt, which is really nice. It really feels good when you throw that bolt. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've only shot one round out of this rifle. I haven't had time. I just picked it up Friday after work, and I was out of town yesterday all day, so I haven't had time to mess with it much, other than to mount this scope on there. And I took one shot this morning just to make sure that it would function and would fire and would eject and all that stuff. But anyway, going back over it again real quick, the plastic stock, the pre-mounted Picatinny rail, heavy fluted suppressor ready barrel, the heavy bolt handle, and this side mounted safety, which is, and to me, my way of thinking, is really an ambidextrous safety, because it's very easy for a right-hander or a left-hander to manipulate the bolt. I kind of like where it is. I guess it would be better if it were right back here like it is on most of them, but this works pretty good. It seems like it's going to work pretty good. Also, it comes with a 5-round magazine, a small 5-round magazine. Everybody says that they work really well. We'll see about that. But the best thing about this rifle, as with any Savage rifle that has it, is this fellow right here, the Aki trigger. I really mean to tell you, that is a nice trigger. This one, I checked it this morning with my little Weaver gauge. Wheeler gauge. And right now it's just a tiny hair under 3 pounds. You can adjust it down to 2.5. I'm guessing after I break the rifle in and shoot it maybe a couple hundred rounds, it's going to be pretty close to 2.5. If not, I'll take this handy dandy gizmo here and get it adjusted exactly like I want it. But I've got 2 other Savage rifles. I've got a Savage Axis in 308 that had the old style trigger before the Aki trigger. It was gritty, rather stiff. I replaced it with a Timney trigger, a really nice trigger. And I've got a Savage Model 11 that also has the Aki trigger. And of the 2 triggers, the Timney trigger or the Aki trigger, as nice as the Timney is, I really prefer the Aki trigger. I just like it. Some people may not like it. I really like it a lot. Trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to say about the gun. Remember, it does not come with a scope. Oh, I was going to mention the scope. This scope is fine. It's a nice scope. It's the Bushnell 4-12 by 40, I believe, that came off my Savage 11. My Savage Model 11. It just doesn't have some of the features that I particularly need for the type of shooting I'm going to use this rifle for. One being resettable to 0 turrets. But I've got a couple of them in mind, and once I get the rifle broke in, get the new scope on it, I'll come back and give a full review. Now, the last thing I want to cover is well, two things. Why I purchased this rifle, and that is because I obviously like Savage rifles. I've got 3 of them now. And Savage's reputation for pretty good quality, good price, and very high marks for accuracy. And this particular rifle in particular, I've not read a bad review about it. Everyone that has got one of these things that made a review on it really love it and rave about how accurate the rifle is, particularly for the type of shooting that I'm going to be doing with it. And you'll see what I'm talking about is the type of shooting that I particularly want to do with this gun. Now, as for the stock, everyone that makes a review, that's the one thing they don't like. They absolutely hate this stock. So I was really expecting it to bend like a noodle as soon as I tried to pick the rifle up, but it's not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. However, whether it's a good stock or a bad stock, it's a cheap stock, I'll tell you that. And it is plastic, and it's not the best quality thing in the whole wide world, that's for sure. But if all I was going to do with this rifle is do some plinking and offhand shooting, then I would keep the stock. I don't know, maybe get it dipped and make it look prettier or something like that. But it's not really that bad a stock, if you ask me. But for the type of shooting that I'm going to be doing with it, it just won't do. Main reason is it's got a way too low a comb. I could put an adjustable riser on it and solve that problem, but then I'd be stuck with this hunting style, I guess you would call it, really narrow and rounded forend. I need a beaver tail or a wide, flat forend, so I've already ordered a new stock for this gun. Should be here later this week. I've ordered the Boyd's Monte Carlo style wood laminate black stock for it. It's the one that a lot of you may be familiar with. It's the one they call the Boyd's Tactical stock. I'm gonna. This should be a easy changeover, pretty much just a drop-in changeover. But anyway, once I get all that done and get the rifle broken in, I'll come back with a little more in-depth actual use review. But I think if I can go by the reviews I've read from other people, I think I'm gonna love this gun. I don't know, it's just a nice little rifle. I think it's going to serve the particular purpose that I want to use it for well. But anyway, for now, this is Donnie D for my new Savage Mark II FVSR. This is Donnie D, and I will see you later. Bye.